Right, so what is your background? Did you study fashion?
After leaving my full-time job, just not being happy in what I was doing, I basically was spending all my money on designer clothes and noticed that the quality wasn't there a lot of the time, and I just decided that I wanted to make my own clothes and my own brand. So I left the job and studied a dressmaking course in Belfast Met, which was 2 hours a week, which I studied with Diane, which shout out to Diane. And basically it was a 10-week course, 2 hours a week. As soon as I went in, I absolutely fell in love with it. So I decided that I would do it 3 times back to back. And after that, I just knew exactly that I wanted to go and do it. So then studied textiles for a year. And then after that, I moved into a full-time course, which was 2 years, the fashion and clothing course at Belfast Met. So everything I studied was all through Belfast Met. So currently I hand make the garments, but I will be getting them manufactured in the future, but I will still hand make all the prototypes. I do a lot of pop-ups and markets around different places and throughout Northern Ireland, and I use my website as Shopify, like an e-commerce platform.
Very good. Where are most of the fabrics sourced from with regards to Canine?
Globally, I would say, the majority of it will probably come from China. Yeah.
And also asking, do you actually make or weave any of the cloth on site?
No, not the cloth. What we will do on site is we'll do our prototypes. So we'll do, through the various stages of the product development. We will create the initial samples for the customer to approve. Sometimes we might do a smaller quantity for like a wear trial. And then actually we do some repairs as well. Sometimes when we, say for instance, the likes of the police cover there, sometimes we might get a box or two back where there's been faults, maybe it's a seam ripped or something's came loose, we'll do some repairs. And then as I mentioned, the sort of armour panels are all manufactured in Feynman time. We'd work with an authority, they would buy X amount over maybe a 5-10 year contract, but we would work quite closely with some of the authorities where we will take it back and help them in their mission to almost recycle it. That's the part, I suppose, that there's great opportunity with. It's quite small at this stage, but it is something that we are actively engaging with, and very often it's the customer or the contract that we hold that will dictate that, in terms of it's usually them that's coming and saying, well, what's happening with this once we're done, and then we're finding a solution for it. But yeah, it's something that's growing.
Initially it was sourcing the bags and trying to do all that stuff, but the biggest gift you can have in business is having no money, I think, and that is countercultural, because it gives you innovation.
Yes.
And so we are in a world where you can learn anything. And my whole world consists around AI, Google, just and asking questions to people. So I haven't really found it challenging. And actually, when you're a designer, the risk is you over. It's like anybody that creates an app can create functionalities that the customer doesn't even need. So my ability in not having is probably a gift, because I do a lot of research by watching what's out there. Now, I'm never going to be like Jack and create from start and bring that creativity into an innovation into stuff. But that's not Mad Dog brand. The Mad Dog brand is identifiable, and so branding's maybe different from fashion. It's a bit more marketing, it's a bit more communication of story.
Well, you never know if you want to go down that path. There's plenty of courses at Belfast.
100%.
Have you ever sort of feel the need?